This is KGW News at noon.
More than 600 Portland City workers are on strike. They walked off the job at the stroke of midnight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brenda Braxton. Now, the strike comes after the city and union leaders failed to agree on a new contract, even after a flurry of last-minute talks over the past few days. The union, Labor's Local 483, posted this photo on Instagram this morning. It shows workers holding picket signs outside the Columbia wastewater plant in North Portland. As for city officials, they say they're moving forward with contingency plans. Under an emergency declaration, the city can hire new workers and reassign others to keep city services running. These striking workers take care of everything from sewers and transportation to parks. The city says it's offered the average worker a pay raise of almost $11,000 a year. The two sides have been trying to work out a deal since the spring and have met on 19 different occasions. Well, the Portland police officer fired for leaking false information about former Commissioner Joanne Hardesty has been reinstated. That announcement just came down in the last 30 minutes. The police union says an arbitrator made the ruling after Mayor Ted Wheeler fired Brian Hunziker last year. This all stems from an incident when Hunziker was the Portland Police Union president. Back in 2021, a woman reported to police that Commissioner Hardesty was involved in a hit and run. Investigators quickly determined that wasn't true. But before that happened, Hunziker leaked Hardesty's name to the media. Wheeler fired him, arguing he violated policy, and it was retaliation over the tensions between Hardesty and the police bureau. Hunziker argued he made an isolated mistake and this wasn't personal. The arbitrator overruled the mayor and instead imposed a one-week unpaid suspension. Now, we did reach out moments ago to Hunziker and he hung up on us. We've also asked for comment from former Commissioner Hardesty and from the mayor. Other headlines we're tracking for you this noon. Police have identified two armed suspects accused of robbing a 7-Eleven in Southeast Portland yesterday morning. The crime led to an hours-long standoff near 92nd and Division. Officers closed streets and told neighbors to stay inside and lock their doors and windows. Officers arrested 29-year-old Leon Vaughn Jr. and 25-year-old Chelsea Gray just after 1 p.m. They're facing charges of robbery and theft. A Seattle-based law firm is suing Snapchat. It claims dealers are using the social media app to sell teenagers fentanyl. The firm represents the families of 52 children who overdosed and died after buying fentanyl on Snapchat. The company says it's already eliminated a lot of the illegal activity on its platform. According to the CDC, fentanyl kills more than 150 Americans every day. And the tow truck driver accused of hitting another tow truck driver has come forward. The victim, Arthur Walker, said he was working a crash Sunday on I-84 when he was hit. That driver eventually contacted police on his own after seeing news reports. He told officers he had no idea that he'd hit someone. He says a tarp landed on his windshield, blocking his view. At this point, police have not cited or arrested the man. And those are some of your Thursday headlines. Okay, let's head back to the Weather Center and check the forecast. So, Rod, how much are temperatures going to rebound after a freezing start this morning?
Well, we need to get up, don't we? Yes. By the way, yesterday we went from 27 to 50 out at the airport. Same batch of air. We'll see how warm we can get this afternoon. The lows this morning, actually in some locations, were colder. The airport, 27 yesterday. 25 this morning. Cold spot here in the metro area of the North Valley was 21 out in Hillsboro. Salem got down to 23, and of course, really cold numbers out east. Burns at 2. So that cold start is showing some signs of warming. I believe we will eventually get into some increasing cloudiness this afternoon. Here's Cannon Beach, our live camera, definitely showing some cloud cover. It's thickened up there. The high clouds over Timberline. Check out this though. Timberline's at 43 degrees. That's not bad. Here's Portland. Wait for it. 44. Only 1 degree warmer than it's up at the lodge. Now at 44, we're actually running a little bit warmer than we were 24 hours ago, so we'll leave today's high at 50. This is the final dry day for a while, Brenda. We'll have tomorrow's rain forecast, futurecast for you coming up in just a bit.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Rod. We have some more information now about the man at the center of a week-long manhunt in southern Oregon. Benjamin Foster was accused of brutally attacking a woman in Grants Pass.
He brutally murdered 2 innocents in Sunny Valley, and we didn't know when he was going to stop.
Now, police do believe that he also murdered 2 men while he was on the run. Here's David Molko with what we know.
Benjamin Foster, this is the Grants Pass Police Department. There's a warrant for your arrest. Come out unarmed.
Police appear to negotiate late Tuesday with a man they call extremely dangerous, 36-year-old Benjamin Foster. The kidnapping suspect who burrowed under this Grants Pass home hours earlier, authorities say, surrounded by armored vehicles and the SWAT team, with officers even on rooftops. Foster, they say, refused to communicate.
Put your hands in the air, comply with orders, and no harm will come to you.
Foster took his own life with what appears to be a single gunshot wound to the head.
And on Wednesday, another bombshell. As authorities revealed, they believe Foster killed 2 men inside their home, not far from where the suspect first evaded police last week.
He brutally murdered 2 innocents in Sunny Valley, and we didn't know when he was going to stop.
So here's the timeline. Police in Grants Pass say the manhunt sparked a week ago Tuesday after Foster allegedly attacked and tortured a woman in her own home. 2 days later, a breakthrough when Foster was spotted some 20 miles north in Wolf Creek on a property connected to his family. Police say he escaped and had help getting away. Then on Monday, that grisly discovery in the same area as authorities went door to door checking on neighbors and saw the bodies of 2 men through a window. The search coming to an end Tuesday back in Grants Pass, where police say Foster took a taxi, then barricaded himself in a crawl space underneath his original victim's home, eventually turning a gun on himself. A woman who allegedly helped Foster escape last Thursday now facing charges, while authorities say they are confident after a week on edge, the danger, at least from this man, is finally over.
And the chief adding it appears Foster's crimes did not stop with murder, saying he also stole from the men he killed, even taking their dog, which surveillance footage recorded him walking on Tuesday morning. Meanwhile, police revealing the survivor, who they say Foster tied up and assaulted last week, had previously been, in their words, in some sort of domestic relationship with the suspect. She's recovering in the hospital in stable but critical condition. David Molko, KGW News.
The owner of a bikini barista stand in Hillsborough is in jail this noon, charged with sex crimes. 61-year-old Jeffrey Hebner owns Dream Girl Espresso off TV Highway. He's accused of sexually abusing at least 7 women who applied for a job or worked there. Police arrested Hebner 2 days ago. Investigators say the attacks happened from 2015 to November of last year. He's accused of crimes ranging from public indecency to rape.
They all follow this pattern of him under the guise of interviewing people to work at his business, then plying them with alcohol, convincing them that they should have sexual relations with him, but then more often the assaults and without consent.
Hebner will be in court again next Thursday for a release hearing. If he does get out, the court will order him to stay away from his alleged victims. A Multnomah County judge sentenced a Portland lawyer named Lori Devaney to 14 years in prison. That's on top of her federal sentence of more than 8 years. The Oregon State Bar described her crimes as the worst fraud by a single lawyer in Oregon State history. Prosecutors say Devaney stole $4.5 million from at least 135 clients, many of whom had traumatic brain injuries. Prosecutors say she forged insurance checks. She lied to her clients about payouts, and then she used their money to pay for big game hunting trips, luxury vacations, and more.
To all the victims who came to me in physical or emotional pain, who shared their stories and their lives with me, I can only tell you how sorry I am that instead of helping you, I inflicted more pain. I strayed from my purpose of helping you, and you have all paid the price.
Devaney's defense asked for leniency during sentencing, claiming she was trapped in an abusive relationship. Because of this case, state lawmakers passed a bill requiring insurance companies to notify people when they send out their settlement checks.